Hello everyone, Josh here at Leaf Trading Cards with a special conference championship preview week for college football. This is going to be a kind of a weird week, if I'm being honest with you. Maybe one of the biggest conference championship games we've had in quite some time with Ohio State and Indiana. Because of the playoffs really doesn't mean a whole lot. Both of those teams probably get a bye no matter what. So it still means something to win the Big Ten, but it's probably a little less important than maybe it used to be. Nonetheless, you have teams ranked 1 and 2 playing each other. We'll find out if one of the team can separate themselves for the rest of the pack. The SEC championship carries a little bit more weight. You have Georgia and Alabama. Alabama's kind of on the bubble. Could they potentially miss out on the playoffs if they lose? I think that's a possibility. Can Georgia get the Alabama monkey off of its back? Kirby Smart, I believe, is 1-7 against Alabama. So tough game for Georgia, but they're probably in either way. So the game probably means a little bit more to Bama. But Georgia can secure that first round bye if they win for sure. BYU at Texas Tech. This is the game that everybody who has a team that's on the bubble is watching. Texas Tech needs to win for anybody like myself as a Notre Dame fan that is rooting for a bubble team. If BYU loses, they're out. They're not in the playoffs if they lose. If they happen to beat Texas Tech, then most likely BYU and Texas Tech make it, and that knocks a bubble team out. So this is a huge game with major playoff implications. Another game that's huge that normally wouldn't be, and this is kind of what makes the playoffs exciting, is the North Texas Tulane game. This game is most likely going to be the highest ranked, or one of the 5 highest ranked conference champions. So either North Texas or Tulane, whoever wins, is most likely in the playoff. And then the game that's kind of weird, I would say, is the ACC championship game. You have Duke playing Virginia. Duke is probably out no matter what they do. I don't think they're going to end up as one of the top 5 ranked conference champions, even if they beat Virginia. But Virginia has to win to get in. If Virginia wins, they're in. It'll be really fascinating if Duke wins, because then you're probably going to get someone like James Madison to sneak in as the top 5 conference champions are in. I think there is some confusion there. It's the 5 highest ranked conference champions. It doesn't have to be the ACC, Big Ten, Big 12. It doesn't have to be those teams. It's not guaranteed to be a Power 4 conference. It's the 5 highest ranked conference champions. So if Duke wins at 8-5, I don't think they're going to be ranked higher than James Madison. So James Madison, assuming they win their conference championship, would probably get in addition to either Tulane or North Texas. So lots of teams are going to be interested in watching these games because teams like Miami, teams like Notre Dame, teams like potentially Texas. The only chance those teams have of getting in is if it all falls according to plan. Texas Tech needs to beat BYU. Truthfully, we need Alabama to get beat pretty badly by Georgia because that would probably knock Bama out. The Big Ten championship game doesn't matter. The ACC championship game really doesn't matter because that's one spot either way. But it's going to be a fun weekend. Should be some exciting games. I think the Ohio State-Indiana game is probably the best game, but again, has the least amount of playoff implications. So, it'll be a fun weekend. For all of those rooting for a bubble team, go Texas Tech.